Hey, so this is the practice test for the preseason football. Preseason football. Um, but the practice test is called predicting stocks. And in this situation, we have mcdizzles and Cindy's. These are two major fast food competitors. Your stock advisor predicts that mcdizzle will lose value while Cindy's will gain value. Okay, so your stock advisor crunched all the numbers, gave you the information about the two fast food companies, and here's what the stock advisor got. So mcdizzle has a starting stock value of $89 and is losing $1 per day, while Cindy's is starting with $42.05 and is gaining $1.50 per day. So anyways, your stock advisor starts mcdizzle and Cindy stocks analysis on the same day. And then when mcdizzle loses and Cindy gains values according to your advisor's plan, after how many days will mcdizzle and Cindy's value be the same? So even though mcdizzle's starting higher, here, let me draw a graph. So if you have a graph here, so it's like Cindy's is starting up high and going down each day, and I'm sorry, that's mcdizzle, and Cindy's is starting lower but increasing each day. So what this problem is looking for is when will they intersect, or when will their values be the same? So anyways, it says we got three things here. One, we need to write a system of equations that represents mcdizzle's and Cindy's stock value each week if they follow your advisor's plan. Two, define the variables you used in your equation. And three, show the steps you use to solve the system of equations. Okay, so we need to create our system of equations. Now this, if you look at this, we have a starting value and we have some rate, a rate. So this is our rate and this is our start. Same thing with Cindy's. We got a starting value and a rate. So the equation that uses a starting value and a rate is this y equals mx plus b. So the b is what you start with, and the m is your slope, or you can call it your rate. So if we set up two equations, one for mcdizzle and one for Cindy's. So mcdizzle is y equals m is $1 per day, and then we are losing, oh, I'm sorry, we're losing $1 per day. So it's minus 1x. Okay, so that was my bad. We're losing $1 per day, so it's negative 1x. Okay, then we started with $89, a positive $89. Okay, but Cindy's, you have, how much are we gaining? We're gaining 1.5x, and our stock value started with, right here, $42.52. Now you should draw some little arrows, so that goes here and the 1.5 goes here. This just helps you find it when you're using this practice test for your real test. So the 89 goes up here and then the negative 1 goes here. And remember the loss and gain, those are important words. Okay, so we got our two equations, so that takes care of number one. Number two, define the variables you used in your equation. So our variables are y equals stock value and X is how many days. X equals how many days. So those are the two things that are changing. So depending on how many days pass by, then our stock value for these two different restaurants are going to be different. Okay, so we got our stock values, we got how many days. Now let's solve this. Now to solve a system of equations, let me write these two bad boys here. So we got y, so we got two y's. And then we have equals. I'm just trying to set it up a certain way so you get this. And then we have our mcdizzle, which is negative 1x plus 89. And then we have Cindy's, which is 1.5x plus 42.5. Now notice that, okay, to solve a system of equations, you can use this thing called substitution. That's when you take one y and you substitute it in for the other y. So notice here that we have y equals something, and then we also have y equals something. So what we can do is take all of this stuff and replace it for the other y in the other equation. So instead of y here, I'm going to rewrite everything that I have here. So we have 1.5x plus 42.5 equals negative 1x plus 89. Okay, so now what's cool about this is that we only have one variable. So that means that we can solve for that variable. And remember, what does x represent? Well, x represents how many days. So we're finding out how many days will it take until these two equations equal each other. Pretty cool, huh? So we're going to work this out. We got 1.5x plus 42.5 equals negative 1x plus 89. We need to add 1x here, add 1x here. That crosses out. 1.5 plus 1 equals 2.5. If you don't believe me, bust it out on your calculator. And then we got 42.5 equals 89. Now the last step is just to subtract. Wait, this isn't the last step, but the next step. Okay, then this cancels out. And then I'm running out of room, so maybe I'm going to write it up here. So 2.5x equals 89 minus 42.5. That's a little tougher, so I'm going to use calculator. That equals 46.5. Okay, now last step is that we need to divide by 2.5. And then x equals 18.6. So what does that mean? It's saying that after 18.6 days, the two stocks are going to equal the same amount. Okay, so that's it for the first page of this task. Go on to the next video and we'll look at the second and third page.